All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're going to transition you from someone who just passively clicks connect to a truly empowered user who masters every single setting in their VPN. Welcome to a deep dive into the absolute mechanics of your digital privacy.
Here's the reality for most of us. You've got this high-performance vehicle for digital privacy sitting right there on your device. But if you're only driving it in automatic, you are missing out on some incredibly powerful tools. Today, we're opening up the hood. We're going to look at exactly what these options do, when you should use them, and honestly, just as importantly, when you shouldn't.
So here is our roadmap for today. We're going to use a layered defense model. 1. Choosing the right protocol. 2. Maximum security and defense. 3. Cleaner browsing with NetShield. And 4. Mastering split tunneling. Let's get into it.
Section 1. Choosing the right protocol. This is literally the foundation of your privacy, the exact instructions your device uses to securely talk to the server.
When you're picking a protocol in the app, you're mostly looking at two heavyweights, OpenVPN and WireGuard. OpenVPN is the industry standard, right? It's older, a bit slower, but man, it is battle-tested and incredibly resilient. Use it when security is absolutely your highest priority. But WireGuard, that's your cutting-edge alternative. It's built on incredibly lean code and uses SHA-20 encryption, which is basically a virtually unbreakable mathematical lock. You're going to want to switch to WireGuard when you need a lightning-fast connection, especially on a laptop or a mobile phone where saving battery life is totally crucial.
Now, what's really interesting is looking beneath those protocols at the transport layers, UDP and TCP. UDP skips error checking, so it is built for pure speed. Use that for high-speed gaming or streaming video. But, and this is a big but, if you're on a sketchy, unstable Wi-Fi network or you're trying to impartially bypass network restrictions at work or school, definitely switch to TCP. It's slower, sure, but because it handles traffic on port 443, it perfectly mimics normal HTTPS traffic. To a network admin, your VPN just looks like you're browsing a boring, secure banking website.
Okay, but what if you're in a country or a corporate environment with advanced, heavy-handed censorship? Enter the stealth protocol. The engineering here is honestly kind of mind-blowing. If you're dealing with deep packet inspection that blocks VPNs, Stealth is designed specifically for you. It uses obfuscated TLS tunneling over TCP. Now, that's just a fancy way of saying it actively scrambles your VPN data, making it completely indistinguishable from standard, everyday internet traffic. It lets you bypass those advanced filters without sacrificing too much performance.
Of course, sometimes you literally have no idea what your network admin is doing or which specific port is being blocked. If you're totally in the dark, just toggle on Smart Protocol. This is a brilliant feature. It automatically probes the network and cycles through different ports and protocols until it finds the exact optimal configuration to bypass the block. It completely takes the guesswork right out of your hands.
Section 2. Maximum security and defense. We are moving from the engine to the heavy-duty armor for when the stakes are incredibly high. First up is Secure Core, which brilliantly illustrates a concept called multi-hop routing. Think of it as a double-locked vault. Step 1 routes your traffic to a fully encrypted server in a privacy-friendly country, like Switzerland, Iceland, or Sweden, that is entirely owned and provisioned by the VPN provider. Only after that, in Step 2, does it go to your final destination server. Use this when you need absolute protection against advanced network attacks, because these core servers use full-disk encryption. Even if the final exit server gets physically compromised, your true IP address remains completely hidden.
Next up is your digital seatbelt, the kill switch. You should absolutely always be using this. Why? Well, VPN connections drop. It happens. Maybe you walk out of Wi-Fi range, a server gets congested, or your antivirus briefly throws a fit. Without a kill switch, your device instantly reconnects to the open internet and leaks your real IP address. With it on, the exact millisecond the connection drops, it instantly blocks all internet traffic on your device until that secure tunnel is reestablished. Total lifesaver. The real trick, though, is knowing which type of kill switch to deploy. A system-level switch is all or nothing. It blocks the whole shebang. Choose this for mission-critical privacy, like protecting highly sensitive data. But use an app-level switch for flexibility. Say you just want to secure a torrent client so it instantly stops downloading if the VPN drops, but you happily want to let your Spotify stream keep playing uninterrupted in the background.
Section 3. Cleaner browsing with NetShield. This is where we get into precision steering for your daily web surfing.
Now, NetShield isn't just some basic ad blocker. The current iteration is actually 6 times more powerful at blocking malware, ads, and trackers than the old version. It achieves this massive jump because it doesn't just block root domains anymore. It actively blocks malicious requests at the DNS level across all subdomains.
So if a tracker tries to sneak in through a backdoor URL, NetShield literally shuts it down before the page even has a chance to load.
NetShield gives you a few options, but you really should just use the default mode, blocking ads, trackers, and malware. It stops massive ad tech companies from profiling you, and it seriously speeds up your page load times. But a quick heads up on a technical limitation. NetShield relies on the VPN's custom DNS servers. So if you're routing the Tor browser over your VPN, NetShield actually won't work, since Tor forces DNS requests through its own nodes to protect your anonymity.
Section 4. Mastering Split Tunneling. This is the ultimate customization tool that lets your VPN fit seamlessly into your multitasking lifestyle. Think of split tunneling as setting up a VIP lane for your internet traffic. Exclude mode means everything goes through the VPN except the apps you handpick. Use this to let a trusted app, like a fast-paced multiplayer game where you need the lowest possible ping, bypass the VPN traffic jam entirely. Include mode is the exact opposite. Use that if you want to leave your normal internet alone, but securely isolate a single sensitive app, like routing only your online banking browser through the encrypted tunnel.
But to truly master this toolkit, you gotta know its quirks. Split tunneling is super complex at the system level. For instance, avoid using it alongside a kill switch on platforms like macOS or Android. The two features fundamentally contradict each other. Although Windows users, you actually get a pass here. The Windows app uniquely supports running both simultaneously. Also, beware of limits on Macs. It currently can't properly route WebKit apps, like Safari. Oh, and for the power users out there, you don't just have to pick apps. You can input exact IP ranges using CIDR notation. That's a network shorthand giving you surgical precision over exactly what data gets encrypted.
So now that you understand the mechanics of the engine, those dense layers of armor, and the precise steering controls, you are totally empowered to take manual control of your digital footprint. You don't have to settle for default settings ever again. Your privacy toolkit is completely in your hands. But you know, as censorship and tracking tools evolve literally every single day, the real question is tweaking these settings enough to stay invisible tomorrow, or is this just the first step in a never-ending digital arms race? Get in there, take back your internet, and we'll see you in the next explainer.